Biden is not out of touch in the least. In fact, I think Biden has been successful for what he needed to do, not what he wanted to do, not necessarily what he needs to do, because I think a lot more needs to get done. But above and beyond that, let's go ahead and play this. I want you guys to hear this, and then I'll continue saluting all my great people that are here. But I want you guys, it's important that you guys listen to this right now.
America is back to work. Today, we learned that in January, our economy created 467,000 jobs. But that's not all. We learned that job growth in November and December over last year was revised up by more than 700,000 jobs. On top of that, 400,000 jobs on top of the 400,000 were previously reported. This morning's report caps off my first year as president. And over that period, our economy created 6.6 million jobs. 6.6 million jobs. You can't remember another year when so many people went to work in this country. There's a reason. It never happened. Take a look at the chart. You can look at the last all the way back to President Reagan. Look how many jobs we've created in an average per month. This is, it's never happened before. And look, history's been made here, but it comes alongside the largest drop in unemployment rate in a single year on record, the largest reduction in childhood poverty ever recorded in a single year, and the strongest economic growth this country has seen in nearly 40 years. Historic economic progress. And I'm proud of the role the administration played in this economic plan has played in the recovery. You know, the rescue plan that Democrats passed to get the economy going again, the bipartisan infrastructure law that's starting to get underway, rebuilding bridges, roads, highways, ports, airports, internet. There's so much more that we're doing as well. And my decision at the outset of our administration to buy American. It's always been the law, but very seldom ever followed. Now it's a reality. Not an empty promise. I made clear that when the federal government spends taxpayer dollars, we buy American products. American products made in America, including all the component parts of that product, with very few exceptions. With the support of the American private sector, our business leaders and entrepreneurs, our workers, our union leaders, they've all come together like never before in my days in Washington. I know it hasn't been easy. I know that January was a very hard month for many Americans. I know that after almost 2 years, the physical and emotional weight of the pandemic has been incredibly difficult to bear for so many people. But here's the good news. We have the tools to save lives and to keep businesses open and keep schools open, keep workers on the job, and sustain this historic economic comeback. Even with the extraordinary news, even with the historic economic progress we've made across the past year, we still have a lot of work to do. Making sure every American has a job is a great start, but it's not the finish. For many Americans, wages are up this year. In January, wage increases were strong across the board, and that's good. We have to continue to keep wages growing, unlike anything we've seen in our history. And it didn't happen by chance. As a result of the economic plan I put into action on day one, when I said it's going to be Buy America. I'm delighted to keep it going and expand what we've done, because we have a great opportunity ahead of us to further progress, make progress beyond what we've already made. Look, the House of Representatives just passed a few minutes ago, just a bit before I walked over here, to provide $90 billion, over $90 billion for research and development, manufacturing, and all those elements of the supply chain needed to produce end products right here in America. So we can keep delivering more announcements like the one we've had in these past few weeks. Another way we're boosting our economy is by promoting competition. Look, hamburger is, up fourfold almost, many places. Well, guess what? Meat processors or shipping, railroads, other industries are dominated by a few giant companies that control the market they operate in. And over the years, this domination of the market by a smaller number of companies, smaller and smaller, it's about 4 in the meatpacking area, has reduced competition, squeezed out small businesses and farmers, and in many cases increased prices, and almost all of them increased prices for consumers. Look, I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is not capitalism, it's exploitation. So I'm going to continue to do everything in my power to work with the Congress to make our capitalist system work better, to provide more competition and lower prices for American consumers.
We spend a lot of
Okay, here is a problem. Okay, first of all, if you guys take a look at our chat room, our brother Eric Hayes is melting down because the numbers are out, and it turns out that all the things that they thought were failures turned out to be a hell of a lot of successes. The numbers beat not only Reagan but Clinton and Obama, and it's amazing, right? Because you come in from the depths of that disaster created by Donald Trump, and you have the old man, that the Sleepy Joe that they like to call Sleepy Joe, come clean it up. You know, we always have to. Obama had to clean up the mess left by Bush number 1. Clinton clean up the mess left by Bush number 1. Obama, Bush number 2, and then here comes Biden having to clean up the biggest wreck of them all, created by yet another Republican, meaning El Señor Trump, right? And the numbers are out. And the Republicans, they don't know what to do, because you have to have ideologues that are going to say, oh my God, even though the numbers are great, wait till November. Let's put those people who screwed everything up back in power again. The psychology of the failure of ideology it's crazy. Now, let me just hit Brother Biden back for something there. Brother Biden just told a bold-faced piece of, I won't call it a lie because it's not black and white, but here's what he said. He said, I am a capitalist. That's what he said. And I believe him. He's a capitalist. He's a neoliberal. And then he says, and by the way, capitalism doesn't work like that. Capitalism depends on competition. And, so the government is going to do something to make sure there's competition. Biden is wrong. Capitalism is working exactly as it was designed to work right now. And when you go ahead and insert the government to make sure that the evils of capitalism aren't realized, it is no longer capitalism. And that's what nobody wants to say. Yes, I want the markets to work in such a manner that I can create a pizza shop, that I can create my own software company, etc. But I want there to be controls to prevent me or anybody else from enslaving anybody else using the financial system to do that. And the only way to do that is for we, the people, the government, to get involved. And that isn't capitalism. Capitalism by design. Ask Milton Friedman. You are doing whatever it takes to maximize the income of your shareholders. And that ultimately degrades into monopoly. Because in order to get a bigger market share, you have to kill the enemy. That is capitalism. And until we are honest with ourselves, all the destruction created by it will continue because we fail to look at things the way they really are. It's that simple. There's no complexity there.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.